good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Minnesota Vikings. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7th. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch you now, Barney!
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Detroit!
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
There we go. Nice play, baby. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Hey, boys, we got four down.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Play action. It's Darnold. Flushed out right. Letting one go deep for a noon walk. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Rhino!
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Lucky 50. Yellow, reach in there, yellow.
from the gun. Here's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. A Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Cousins now on 2nd down. He's going to fire this thing deep right, and that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A first down throw for Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
This is intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Darnold. This is Gordon on the dump-off. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Off of play action, Darnold stepping up. He's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Gordon on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that...
Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And this belongs to the Vikings. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The quick slant, good for a first down, a gain of 12.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Play action now. Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Hey, Steamer. Hey, Steamer.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's going to go down again. Kevin Pierre-Louis. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. New York set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a first down.
Now it's Darnold, flush to his right. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Nelson Aguilar, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Myers now to kick it away. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded it. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit!
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Here comes Sherrills. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at about the 31. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
4 down.
No, check, Patriot!
Now a play fake here on first down. This complete left side to Aguilar. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 21-0. Here's Myers now to kick it away. Here comes Sherrills. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. this one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton, there to swallow him up. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Play fake. Cousins. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Cousins able to connect with Treadwell for a Minnesota first. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. They'll run it now out of the gun. Cook stripped, the ball's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, and now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Hey, we're good, we're good, we're good.
Watch out.
Lucky 50.
You go tight. You got tight.
Black flag. Where's the hard? Done.
Second down, Cousins. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. Now you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. Right? This is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I'll bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
Here comes Sherrills. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Where's the hard?
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. So that'll back them up 5. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
Rhino!
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
Where's the hard? Where's that?
Off the play fake, Cousins. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Matt Wild now. as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. So out now come the Jets. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
He sets to fire deep. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Gun. Black, black, 82. Black, black.
I got wide.
Following the interception, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Tight end's right.
Zebra, zebra, zebra.
Check me out. We got 3 down.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow.
Final play of the half, Cousins. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Right there. All day, baby.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
3 down, 3 down.
Where's the hot? Lucky 50.
They'll throw now on the final play. And that is incomplete. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Here comes Sherrills. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Cousins now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Now Cousins. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Lucky 50. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
First down. Here's Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Check.
Hey, 382, Liz 50.
Check, crunch.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. He's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down. They'll run for it with Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That defensive front four has been very good. They have just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches like forward-down defensive linemen. They feel like they can cover more ground when defending the run.
You got 4.
Hey, flipper. Yellow. Ready, in there. Yellow. Done.
Now Cousins. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Rhino. Black play. Rhino. Zebra. Where's your hot?
From the gun, here's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Bailey got the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Bailey now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done. 3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Gone! There we go now.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Darnold on first down. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Set.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. Oh, nice move. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Well, that second down run a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Detroit!
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Aguilar has it. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Detroit!
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, that extra emphasis on it, got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2. Play action. It's Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Let's go! White, 90! White, 90!
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And I think the ball's out.
Young Trent is here, baby. Young Trent is here.
Lynch 50.
They just do get the playoff. Now Cousins. The left side caught by Diggs. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Lucky 50. 300.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Rhino! Where's the hunt? Where's that?
On play action, Cousins. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never...
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Through. The hunt. Andy.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Lucky 50.
Switch up.
Liz 50. Here we go. Rhino! Where's the hunt?
Cousins to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Now Myers for the extra point. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this, and that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there, Cousins to Thielen, and even 50 yards.
Hey, flipper. Through. Where's the hot?
Cousins on 1st down. He'll find Thielen working the middle, and they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Spurs. Yellow.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Zebra.
Let's go,
Gun.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And his throw is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Black. Gun.
Cousins again. Being chased out left. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
3rd and long for Cousins. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Wide.
Check. 4 down. 4 down.
Rhino. Black.
34's a Mike. He's coming. Check him.
We're going. Let's go. Black.
Move.
Where's the hot? Where's that?
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will get him one closer. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Check 3.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. This is Gordon. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Gordon. And they'll get him down right about the 20. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Jets on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
4 down, 4 down. All right, here we go. 3-19.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Melvin Gordon, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Single.
The hot. 180. Where's the hot? Where's that?
A first down throw for Cousins. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 45. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Check. 40.
Here's Gordon. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Now Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. They run it here with Gordon. And an alley to run. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jets, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears.